out wide. Crossed in by Lewis Stevenson. Oh, good play there by Kevin O'Hara. Nice control. Managing to clear his lines. Fontaine under a little bit of pressure. Oh, risky pass there and a poor touch by Oxley. John Baird nearly in there. Certainly cool, composed. Certainly was not from both the centre half and the goalkeeper, and found that John Baird nearly in there, Tom.
Well, Kevin O'Hara's had two touches so far and controlled the ball nicely both times, and that will give him good confidence, because it's always tough coming in and you first start at a big game like this, but he seems very comfortable and confident.
So Luke takes a throw, finds Kevin O'Hara. Certainly plenty of ball in the first half. Nice turn there by Kevin, finds in Craig Sibbald. He's in the box, jinks and turns. What can he do? Gets the byline, but only gets it as far as near post, and Mark Oxley was there. As Hibs go back on the attack again through Cummings. Tries to bustle his way through the Falkirk midfield. Deemed that Will Vaulks had fouled Cummings. Will not happy. Referee will have a quick word, I think, with Will. Just say to calm the Jets. Certainly looked like a shoulder-to-shoulder challenge there, Tom, I thought there.
I'd be disappointed with that if I was Will. He's a strong boy, and he's just eased Jason Cummings out of the way there, and obviously when Jason feels a touch, losing control of the ball, he's going to go down. And
Malonga shoots, and really just straight down the throat of Danny Rogers. One thing we always, certainly I've been impressed with the last year and a half, is the improvement game after game after game with Peter Grant. I mean, regardless of what type of opponent he's going ahead of, Falkirk going the attack to Blair Alston. Will Vaulks shoots, but only gets as far as Kevin O'Hara. Can he slip and turn and get past the defender? No, he can't. Darren McGregor clears it only as far as Malonga. Deflects off a Falkirk player. As I was saying, I mean, with Peter Grant, that any type of forward he seems to be up against, whether it's a big physical one or one with pace, he seems to be able to adapt really, really well. I mean, his up curve has been absolutely phenomenal, I think, in the last year and a half.
Yeah, he's had some outstanding performances over the last 18 months, and what will only help him is the fact that he's got a great mentor in David McCracken next to him, someone who leads both on and off the pitch, and he's always offering advice and help to get to that next level.
Yep, as Malonga picks up the ball. Poor pass though from Malonga, but manages to find in Keatings, and nearly a goal for Hibs. Keatings does instead though. Eventually gets to McGinn, to Cummings. Handball, surely referee. Stay on your feet, Craig. Thankfully he does. 1-2 between Cummings. Saved again by Danny Rogers. The angle here, you're not quite sure whether maybe took a slight deflection. But I thought that it was a handball there by Cummings, but the referee played on.
Luke's had two really positive moments in defending in the first 20 minutes or so. First time blocking from Cummings, and then a great recovery tackle to stop a certain goal, probably from the front man.
Ball to Craig Sibbald again, who wins the ball to John Baird. Luke Leahy in an advanced position. Kevin O'Hara. Oh, nice turn by Kevin. Managed to jink in between McGinn to John Baird to Blair Alston. Free kick. Referee. The turn there from Blair Alston, it was, if he managed to get that control correctly, Tom, he was 1-on-1 with the goalkeeper.
Well, his control was perfect. He'd rolled the defender absolutely magnificently, and he's been pulled down 18 yards out, and surely, if he hadn't been pulled down, he'd have slipped Will Vaulks in there.
Good play, though, by Falkirk to try and pick the ball up. Craig Sibbald, Luke Leahy to Will Vaulks. Oh, nice play there by the Bairns. Nice short interplay. Mark Kerr wins the ball back to Luke Leahy. Plays the ball tries to play in Kevin O'Hara. But you can see that Hibs at the moment just not quite sure what to do. They've got a player in Kevin O'Hara that they've probably never played against before. So they're not quite sure how to accommodate him as Hibs go in the attack though. Malonga on the far side. Checks back, has a shot, deflects off David McCracken. And it goes out for a corner kick.
And that's Hibs' threat there, the counter-attack. You know, the ball's been turned over in the middle of the park and they break quickly with numbers, but once again we've stood strong and come out to the ball and made a great block through David McCracken.
Stevenson comes forward as far as Cummings. Fraser 5-8, David Gray's on the overlap. Can he get to him? He does just, but don't think the ball he was looking for, as David McCracken clears the ball, only as far as Hanlon. Will Vaux needs to watch. Yeah. Bit of a reckless challenge here by Will Vaux. Going in there with Hanlon and receiving the first booking of the game. Bit of a harsh one, I thought. Yeah, it was a foul, Tom, but I don't think it merited a yellow card from Kevin Clancy.
Very harsh. And when your game is about industry and tackling and getting in people's faces like it is my own, I hate to see soft yellow cards being brandished out because it takes a lot away from your game when that's what you're all about.
Yeah. So, free kick for Hibs. James Keatings will take. Deflects off Falkirk wall. They're not going to play 9 or 10 in the box. The likes of John Baird and Kevin O'Hara are ready to go forward a couple of yards to try and make sure if the break is on that we manage to get away quickly as the free kick again comes in.
Great defending, Peter Grant there.
Yeah.
Brilliant header.
Another shot there from Fraser 5'8", deflected off Peter Grant.
Hibs are always going to have spells of pressure, but it's the way that we get out to the ball and close the spaces down that's really impressed me. There's been 4 or 5 blocks made where we've really closed the space down well and stopped them from getting a clean strike on goal. Yeah,
another clearance there by Peter Grant. So, Danny Rogers hits a free kick towards Craig Sibbald. 1-0 by McGregor. Bit of head tennis between Will Vaux and McGregor. And David Gray. Well won again by Craig Sibbald. He's flicked by John Baird. Nearly played in Kevin O'Hara and John Baird. Nearly played in each other, but Falkirk on the attack. Poor ball by Hibs. Out to Craig Sibbald. Crosses the ball in. Deflects off David Gray. And we've got chances here, Tom. More slackness from this Hibs team.
I think we dominated for a good spell there by winning the second ball, and because we've been higher up the pitch in the last couple of minutes, it's given the midfielders a chance to win those second balls and put us on top, and then we have got in the final third, we've used the ball well.
John Baird back again to Mark Kerr. Some nice running from John. Try to play off the fullbacks. Crosses the ball in. Who can he find in the middle? Flicked on by David Gray, but only as far as Craig Sibbald. Can the young man use the box of tricks that he's got? Gets the ball to Luke Leahy, but well tackled by McGinn as Hibs go back on the attack. Tried to counter-attack through 5'8". He's got Cummings in front of him. Collects the ball. Mark Kerr's trying to get the ball back off the youngster. Only as far as McGinn. Jinks and saves. Oh, nice save by Danny Rogers. Not quite sure whether or not that was actually going to be going into net, but Danny just had to make sure.
I think it was on target, and I think it was a great save. And that's the problem when you let John McGinn in onto his left foot. He's got a great strike, and we need to push him on into the wide areas more.
As you mentioned as well, I mean, you did say it obviously playing up 5 yards further forward, Tom, and you could actually physically see it there that if they were going to be trying to win the ball back, they were winning the ball back 5 yards further forward rather than in their own penalty box or in like middle of the park at the moment. You can see that when they collect the ball further up the field, then we have more chances.
And because the game's not so stretched, you have more players to pass to in a closer area.
As McGinn's given a red card. Don't know what's happened there. Straight red cards as he goes into Mark Kerr. Not quite sure what was happening there. Just having a quick confab with the press boys. It seems as if that he went straight in, studs in into Mark Kerr. So John McGinn showing the red card. And really that was it. Nothing, Tom. We thought that Falkirk were going to clear the ball away with the Hibs attack, but then all of a sudden McGinn decided to go in, studs in.
I think the reaction you need to look at is the reaction of the Falkirk players. You know, we're an honest bunch, and so is Mark Kerr. He wouldn't have gone down for nothing, so it will have definitely been a yellow card. Whether it was a red, we'd have to see it again.
In terms of a dynamic with the Hibs side as well, interesting to see what happens here. They're certainly not going into their shell. Still playing with the attacking fullbacks as Mark Kerr wins the ball back for Falkirk. Will Vaux.
This may really play into our hands now. If Hibs keep on attacking and we keep defending so well and quite high up the pitch, we could turn the ball over and you exploit that extra man. Yeah,
indeed. So Luke Leahy back to Craig Sibbald. Tries to get a yard ahead of 5'8". Nice inside ball to Will Vaux. Can he get the ball? Yes, he can, to Mark Kerr. Out wide to Adam Muirhead would be ideal, but he keeps the ball himself to Blair Alston. To Adam Muirhead, crosses the ball in, but well cleared away by Liam Fontaine. Maybe a bit too scripted there, possibly from Aaron.
But there's us using that extra man really well. We take the ball from one side and switch it out to the other side quickly, and it's a good cross by Aaron, and we just needed a runner to the front post.
Strides forward. Craig Sibbald's hugging the touchline, which gets the ball. Over his left-hand shoulder is Luke Leahy. He's still there, but Craig keeps on with the ball. Plays the ball inside to Kevin O'Hara. Can he turn? No, he can't. But
I think we're showing great patience. I think the key to this second half is maintaining control of the ball, maintaining possession, and hoping to find the gaps. And we've done that very well by switching the ball from right to left and then getting in down that left channel through Craig Sibbald, slipping a great ball to Kevin O'Hara.
Collects the ball, passes to Craig Sibbald, does a turn. What can the young man do? Plays it inside to Mark Kerr. He's got a couple of yards to motor. To Adam Muirhead, first time ball, can he get it in? Crosses in towards Luke Leahy, back post. Oh, and nearly could have been an own goal there.
Well, you mentioned before that we were quite static and we weren't going forward with the ball very quickly, but that's good in certain ways, as it allows us to develop the attack. And a great ball down the side from Mark Kerr to Aaron Muirhead produced a good cross and nearly a goal with a pullback.
As Blair Alston ready to take the corner kick. Who's there? Mark Kerr's in the 18-yard box, going to have a shot. He does, it deflects off a Hibs man of David Gray. Out for another corner kick. 5-8 to Henderson. Jockeyed by Will Volks. Back to Fraser, 5-8. Inside to Hanlon. Up against Mark Kerr. Managed to jink inside him. Jinks past Kevin O'Hara too. Can he get past the rest of the Falkirk defence? No, he can't. Well done by Mark Kerr. Managing to draw the free kick too. I think it's one, as we would call, Tom, a good professional foul there by Mark Kerr.
I think he's been drawn into that foul by Mark Kerr. He didn't really have anywhere to go, do Mark, and he's put his body in brilliantly and won a foul at a time when Hibs were looking a little bit dangerous.
Blair Alston, but comes inside, as does Aaron Muirhead, but pure pass from Aaron. He would think he was trying to play in Mark Kerr. Fraser Fivey on the attack. As Cummings, the onside position, Peter Grant was flagging for offside. Goes into the penalty box, but great defending by David McCracken. An absolute rock there for the Falkirk defence. As O'Hara plays the ball out to Mark Kerr, to John Baird, but Liam Fontaine wins the wrestling match. Back to Cummings. And, well, I have to say, one of the most blatant dives I've seen for a long time. Thought we're at the Edinburgh Commonwealth pool there, but Cummings booked. More frustration for the Hibs fans, more frustration for the Hibs striker. Before that, though, great tackle by David McCracken.
Yeah, and you know what, if Jason has dived, it just shows the level of frustration that's creeping into this Hibs side. As I get the opinion, they feel that the only way they're going to score is through a set piece or through something like a penalty or a decision like that. So I think we're showing a great deal of composure in this situation, and David's done brilliant showing him down the side of the goal. Kevin
O'Hara picks up the ball, crosses the ball in towards the middle, looking for John Baird, but headed out by Fontaine to Mark Kerr. Luke Leahy plays a quick ball to, and there's another foul. David Gray against Craig Sibbald. Yellow cards.
And talking about frustration, that looked like a frustrated tackle to me.
Yeah. As the ball goes back to Danny Rogers. And also as well for Danny, I suppose it's going to be concentration for Danny, because he's really not had any chances in the second half. As Will Volks picks up the ball, plays it inside to Kevin O'Hara, up against Liam Fontaine. Take him on, Kevin. That's it. I think Kevin will be getting booked. No. Free kick for Liam Fontaine. Cracking play though by Kevin O'Hara. I thought maybe that the referee was thinking about booking Kevin for diving, but he thought otherwise. It was a free kick.
No, that was a cynical foul there by Fontaine. He knew that Kevin had the beating of him and he had to pull him down, or otherwise he was in the box.
Obviously you'll have known that in your time here at Hibs, that they're certainly the home fans, when they're not happy, they're certainly quick to tell you about it, and they certainly seem to be a bit frustrated just now.
Yeah, they've got high expectations here. They want the team to be challenging at the top of the league, and they will be expected to beat us, but we've more than matched them today.
Falkirk trying to win the scraps. Free kick there from Will Volks.
Again, Will's been really strong there, and I don't think that's a foul. He's just eased the boy out of the way, and because he's stronger, it looks like a foul.
As Fontaine comes forward to Lewis Stevenson. Plays it wide to number 19, James Keatings. Tries to jink past Mark Kerr, but Falkirk can go on the counter-attack. Poor pass from Keatings to 5'8", John Baird. Goes running towards the corner. Fraser 5'8", has the best of him, the looks of it. Nice tackle there by Fraser 5'8". John was trying his best, but just didn't quite have the legs to get past the young man. But good to see, though, Falkirk always quick trying to get that counter-attack, Tom.
And that's the 73rd minute, and John Baird sprinting the full length of the pitch with the ball, and it shows the reserves of energy we've got from controlling this second half.
Volk shoots, just goes to the side of Mark Oxley's goal. John Baird, congratulations on him as well on his first team start for the Bairns, and certainly a good 74 minutes for the youngster.
He's been excellent, and for any young player, it's always about gaining the trust of the manager, and with a performance like that, the manager will have no qualms in putting him into the starting 11 again.
And of course, Lee Miller, being the former Hearts striker, getting a warm welcome from the Easter Road faithful.
He's a great option to bring on, isn't he?
Yeah. Especially with the likes of Fontaine and McGregor, he adds a bit more physicality, which they didn't have before. And there we go, wins a free kick straight away.
Lee will be out there to prove a point. You know, he'll be disappointed that he didn't start the game after his hat trick. But I was just talking to him on the bus there, and he said he's just concentrating on coming and getting the winner when he comes off the bench.
Blair again tries to win the second ball. It's Mark Kerr. Nice tackle by Mark. Does the dirty stuff. Must be heartening for a midfielder when you know that your midfield partner's ready to do all the dirty stuff for you to clean up all these balls that really they shouldn't be getting.
Well, as you know, Mark's no spring chicken, but his experience and his intelligence gets him into the positions to make those tackles.
As well played by Fraser 5'8". Craig Sibbald to Mark Kerr. Is he going to take a shot? No, he takes a little dink towards John Baird. Unable to win the ball back, but Hibso quick and win the ball. Cummings picks the ball up against David McCracken. Hibs back on the attack. Plays the ball inside to Hanlon. Now stand side to Lewis Stevenson. To Boyle. Gets his first touch of the game so far. Plays it inside to 5'8". But cleared away by Falkirk. Poor play by 5'8". Falkirk need to be alert here. Clear the lines, guys.
And I think Craig Sibbald is injured further up the pitch.
Right enough. As the Easter Road faithful are not happy. Having a look towards their medical staff to see whether a change is going to need to be made. So far, so good.
And you look at the boys there; they're all together. They're all in this together. You know, talking about a way to break this Hibs team down. You look at the Hibs team; they're quite spread out, and you know you can see that unity right on the pitch there.
So, Hibs getting some wind under their sails with the results so far at Ibrox, but at the moment they've really not got the ball. They need to get the ball. Falkirk have it. Crossed in by Luke Leahy. Will Volks collects the ball. Managed to get in the box. What can he do? Twists and turns to Blair Alston. And he still slips in the goal. Yes! And a goal from Lee Miller. He spotted it right, Tom. Lee said he was going to get that goal, but he came off the bench.
Sky Sports, here I come.
Slipped though by Oxley, the Hibs goalkeeper. Great work by Will Volks. Blair Alston had the shot from about 12 yards out, saved by the keeper, couldn't manage to get it, but then in pops the old man, Lee Miller. And with 7 minutes to go in the second half, it's Hibs 0, Falkirk 1, as the Falkirk fans go absolutely loco. It's something that Falkirk's deserved.
We've been fantastic, we've controlled the play, we've been patient, and it was the time to take that little bit of a risk and try and turn the screw. And fair play to Will Volks. He's gone on a fantastic mazy run, a great layback to Blair Alston, and even though it wasn't the most firm shot, because it was in the corner, it posed a problem for Mark Oxley. And there's the big man sniffing for the goal, as he told me he was going to get on the bus.
Well played, Craig Sibbald. He's obviously taking a hard one there. So David Smith coming on for Craig Civil. Looks of his shoulder by the looks of it. And Hibs making a substitution. Plays the ball, keeps the ball. Falkirk just trying to squeeze them out. Through Mark Kerr and David Smith. But Cummings, nice smart play there by Cummings. And then some good defending by David McCracken.
Superb positional play by David McCracken, snuffing out that front post ball there.
Johnson a really good role today. He's maybe not had the same fortune as he normally would have, but himself and Kevin O'Hara up front together have been a really good partnership.
Well, they set the platform for the good performance by pressing high and putting the back four of Hibs under great pressure.
Falkirk just need to batten down the hatches a little bit. As Hibs take the corner kick. Out pops Danny Rogers. And cleared away by Aaron Muirhead. Oh! Looks like a little clash of heads between both Blair Alston and number 16 Lewis Stevenson.
Both ice players are on the ball there. So it's difficult in that situation. You don't want to pull out and allow the other player to get a free head on the ball, but you don't want to hurt yourself either.
As Hibs are down to 9 men and Falkirk are down to 10, as Mark says, we're going to fight for this point. We're going to fight for this ball, which I think is fair enough. That's what you're wanting. As the ball goes out to Cummings against Luke Leahy. Tries to get into the box. Cleared away by Peter Grant. Only as far as Fraser 5'8". Cleared away by Will Volks, by Luke Leahy. Liam Fontaine. Nearly won there by David Smith, but only as far as Liam Henderson. Ball in towards Peter Grant. He says, my ball. To 5'8". To Cummings. Will Volks and Luke Leahy trying to double up on the Hibs man. An equalising goal for Hibs.
For me, that all stems from the drop ball in the middle of the park. Blair Alston's won the header, so how can it be a foul or a drop ball? It should be a foul to Blair Alston after he's been headed.
Yeah, bit of frustration from the Falkirk team, but it's just 1-1. So it's Martin Doyle scored an equalising goal for Hibs. Back to Will Volks. Let's try and see if we can get a runner. And we find one with Paul Watson. Can he play it inside? He can. Plays a shot, deflects. Lee Miller again. Can he get the ball down and control it? He can't, not quite. But referee blows the full-time whistle. Let's take a deep breath. And certainly it was all action. And I have to say, Tom, I'm not quite sure. I feel really, really frustrated that we really should have went away with 3 points.
I think the overriding feeling is disappointment, and I don't think we can play much better there. We've controlled the game, we've passed the ball well, we've competed, we've attacked in numbers, we've defended together, and the result is disappointing after how well we've played. However, when you look at the performance as an entirety, the manager will be so chuffed with that group of players there.
And as you see, I think both sets of supporters clapping their favourites off. Obviously got to give Hibs some credit for coming back with 10 men. But Falkirk, though, in terms of possession that second half, Mark Kerr for me just bossed that midfield.
So much composure he's got. He's a fantastic leader, and what he does is he pulls players in around him. And
so it's a point for Falkirk then here at Easter Road. Thanks very much for the comments from Tom Tyo, as always. Great to hear from him again. Obviously we've got the game on Saturday against Rangers. They all come thick and fast. We thought we were going to get 3 points, but unfortunately it did only end up with 1. But a great performance by the Falkirk team in this second half. It's a full-time score at Easter Road here on Falkirk TV. Finished off Hibernian 1, Falkirk 1.